Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today we are doing a product preview on the Oehlbach high-end subwoofer cable. It's the XXL Sub Extreme 220. This is the 5-star rated subwoofer cable, 2.2 meter. Made in Germany, of course. So let's just quickly go through this. If you haven't heard of Oehlbach, Oehlbach is a cable manufacturer from Germany. They've been around for over 40 years. Their products are available from over 40 countries worldwide. The other thing that was unique about these guys, they have a 30-year warranty with all their cables, which I thought was pretty impressive. So all their cables come with a 30-year warranty, and they also run a star system. And I think that I've mentioned this before. It's a fantastic setup. So what they do is you have a 5-star, which stands for state of the art. They have a 4-star, which is excellence, and a 3-star, which is performance. Now, regardless of what star rating cable you buy, all the cables are made to the highest possible standards. The cables just variate a little bit, so they've all got the 24 karat gold plated connectors and contacts. Where the changes will be is in the cables, and there may be little other adjustments that they make and the actual ends that they use, depending what it is that the cable's made for, and of course to achieve the status of 5-star, which of course is the top of the range. So straight off the bat, I can see that I love this cable, and you're going to, if you've been watching a lot of my videos, you're going to know something in common when you hear me say that, and I'm wanting to touch this. We have to. It's got that cloth finish again. And I love the cloth finish. Is just fantastic. And this is not too far off a garden hose. We're getting close to very serious size. And look at that RCA. I mean, really, isn't that fantastic? And I'll just bring it up. You can actually see. Just let that focus in on that, and then we'll come down on the end of it. It's just fantastic. And the quality, the cable is just fantastic. And of course, at that level, you've now got effectively, obviously, German made. You've got the best possible cables that are available, the best connections that are available, so that it can achieve its XXL premium 5-star status. Again, we have the magazine reviews that are on the front. You can see one of them's top class, one says outstanding. And of course, this cable, as I said to you before, the XXL range from Oehlbach is just absolutely fantastic. I mean, there's really are some fantastic cables, and I'm looking at that. I love how they've got the gold with the silver finish. It's just fantastic, and the material, as I said, that nice cloth feel. And as I've mentioned before, when it comes to the sub-cable side of it, in this particular range, as we get to this 5-star stuff, the interconnector is manufactured from highest purity crystalline HPPO-CC copper, and I mean, you can see it ensures precise and powerful bass response. You can, it's got the silver-plated copper braid shielding. So I mean, as you read through all the things the cable can do, and of course it's to optimize the bass performance. And now it sort of goes back to what I've said to you all the way through, that when you're buying these cables, if you buy the cable for the right use, so in this circumstance it is a subwoofer cable, and you use it for your subwoofer, you are going to notice a fantastic difference between each level. It's going to, obviously, we know if you went from a 3 to 5, it should be quite noticeable. 3 to 4 would be, you're going to take a little bit to hear it. So I guess if you're making a decision, if you're going between 3 and 4, then you might say, hey, I'll just go for the 4, or I'll go for the 3. Or if you're just going to say, bung it, I'm going to go for the top of the range. When you get to the top one, there's nothing better you could have done. You've got the best you can. Now, when you get to that level, and I've played with cables, I've been silly and thought that silly cables, and I've gone even sillier. When we go from super silly, like this is a pretty crazy cable, and then you go to something even madder, and you're really going to struggle to find things. It's really difficult to start hearing differences, and I need to be honest about that. I mean, you can imagine I've been playing with cables for years. I've swapped them, plugged them in, replugged this one in, trying to listen for those differences, and it gets very difficult when we start getting into this high-end stuff. It becomes even more complicated and even more difficult to actually hear those differences. But what you need to know is that if you bought something like this, you've bought the best you could possibly buy for your subwoofer, and if that makes you happy, hey, like me, I'd be jumping all over that cable. I'd have that in a blink. So, but then again, you've seen some of the cables I played with. So I hope you enjoyed today's product preview. If you'd like to know more information about the cable, you can duck on to oehlbach.com. And again, thank you for tuning in to AB Sound Advice.